Hey, what's up, guys? John the Pilot. I'm in layover in LAX, but I just wanted to talk a little bit what's going on with the Tundras. I was so hardcore about buying a brand new Tundra, did a lot of research, and I started seeing videos like this.
Another Tundra engine ripped all apart because of the cylinder one misfire. Mess of a harness. Block, front covers, subpan, heads, cam towers, and all the other stuff. Radiator, starter, catalytic converters, air coolers.
And I started seeing posts like this on Facebook groups about the Tundra. There you go, another engine blown. This one, the guy claims it's got 51K miles and it's a 2023 not on the recall list. That's pretty concerning. So, I test drove a brand new Tundra. I think it is absolutely a phenomenal truck until all of these problems started happening. And then Toyota came out with a massive recall that affected over 102,000 trucks. That was pretty much about 50% of the trucks that were sold. So, obviously, I made a video which was kind of well received. A lot of people had their opinions, saying I was a wuss and not buying a Toyota. A lot of people are like, yeah, heck yeah, they can have it. They're greedy. So I'm all about those comments. Please leave comments on this video. I would really appreciate it because I'm all about having a discussion. And if you want to go buy one of these things, fine. Go ahead and go buy it. You want to spend your money and you do that, Toyota will make it right. I'm not a Toyota hater. I've had so many, I've had 3 Tacomas. And now I'm actually on the hunt to find a used Tundra that was pre-2021 or 2021, and I want to say older. Got to get the V8, baby. But my point is this, is that Toyota is now doing this. Okay, so this is actually from their newsroom, and this is an additional to what they put out from Plano, Texas on May 30th, 2024. So what's going to happen is here, I'm going to go ahead and highlight this, is that, we already know about the machining debris, and it's causing engines to possibly stall, so that's a huge safety risk. But what's going on now is for all involved vehicles, Toyota and Lexus dealers will replace the engine with a new one at no cost to consumers. So what does that mean? I don't think anybody really knows yet. So you can see it states on there specifically if it was involved on the recall. And I just showed you a picture of multiple posts that I see time in, time out, especially on the Tundra forums and also the Facebook groups, is that a lot of these Tundras are failing and being hauled off by a tow truck, and they're not even involved in the recall. Now, the backstory behind them, I don't know. Did the guy hit something? Who knows? And could it be, fake news? I'm sure all of that. But the weird thing is it's starting to happen. Now, so the other thing is, too, is there are reports of 2024s having this issue, and they are not anywhere near on the recall list because it only involved 2022s, 2023s. So there's a lot of unanswered questions when it comes to this fix. So, hey, if you have the money out there and you want to drop anywhere between 65 to almost 85K depending on trim level, you can go ahead and invest your money into this and possibly get into a situation where I think about the logistics of replacing 102,000 engines, which possibly can be a nightmare. And you saw the video in the beginning that I posted, and it showed how much has to happen in order to have access to be able to pull this engine out and put a brand new fresh one in. Now, first and foremost, I'm very, very happy that Toyota is actually doing the right thing, because I was very disappointed for a second that the quality went bad very quickly. It seems like they identified the problem and they have fixed it. So the good news is that everybody's going to get a brand new engine that's on the recall list. So if you're not on the recall list and you have an issue, then what? I don't know. I would assume that they would extend this out, but we don't know. I don't want to say corporate greed's been running rampant, but it seems to be very prevalent in this day and age. So the other thing is, too, what technician has to do this installation? To my understanding, it has to be a master technician. What is a master technician? All I know is it's someone that's been through a lot of Toyota schools, been to the plant, and there's only so many of those at dealers, okay, when it comes to Lexus and all that. So let's just imagine, out of nowhere, everybody decides to start scheduling these recall repairs and getting new engines. Okay, can you imagine the backlog that would possibly happen for that? All right. The other thing is too is like, how many times has this actually happened for somebody to get the experience in order to get into a good rhythm and start being able to make sure that they can put all of these engines in a timely order, number one, and number two, making sure that there isn't any human error involved. Okay. So me being an aircraft pilot, there's two of us in the front, and we're constantly doing checks and balances. I have no clue why that confetti went off. We're doing checks and balances to make sure that we can capture each other's errors, to make sure that we have a successful and safe flight to get passengers from A to B. All right, so now let's think about this. You saw how many parts were all over the place, scattered. God forbid somebody else picks up the job, because that technician who knows where everything was placed, because somebody has to pick it up. God forbid somebody gets fired, somebody gets sick, they don't show up that day, and the manager is saying, I need this truck out of here right now. Can you imagine the possible levels of stress and error that will happen for the technician that has to take on that work? So there is a lot of things that people, I think, are omitting, where this could be an extremely, time-consuming, problematic, error-causing, oh man, especially if I had a $75,000 truck and I don't even get to drive it. And then also, too, you saw how those parts were scattered all around that Tundra. Now you're thinking about accidental damage, you're thinking about scratches, they have to get in and out of the interior. There's just a lot of things going on with a brand new truck. So I'm going to leave that ball in your court if you think it's good or if it's bad. I just know that I am super lazy. All right, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on my hunt for an old Tundra, right? One that has the V8, and maybe, and the V8 has been pretty tried and true. I'm sure somebody will leave a comment below saying how that engine sucks too or something. But, I just don't think that I want to invest money and or possible time, and for a lack of better words, ass pain, when I would have to take that truck back in. So now, later on, who's to say, when they've done 2 or 3 iterations of this? I mean, I love that new Tundra. I absolutely love it. However, it's like kind of sitting on a time bomb, waiting for it to stop, and I don't want to be stuck somewhere with my family, especially 2 smaller kids. So there's a lot of things going on with that. But let's not forget the positives. Toyota's actually stepping up to the plate, and they're replacing engines. I mean, that is one heck of a massive hit on their finances, replacing all the engines completely. So, wow, what an undertaking. The infrastructure that they got to get together for that, especially if in Alabama, where they produce these engines, if they found the actual cause of the problem there, I'm sure they have, because that's a tremendous amount of money down the drain. So I'm happy that Toyota's stepping up. I'm sure you're going to get a loaner car at the dealer. Who knows how long it'll take to get it fixed? Who knows what the situation is like, if your engine blows, are you going to have to wait in line? Do they have to use a tow truck get you? Like, if you're used to driving a truck, will they just say, sorry, we're out of trucks, you got to drive this Corolla? There's all these different things that I think about, but good news is that there is a fix, so that's great. I just don't know that me personally, I'm going to wait until everybody who's like hardcore buying these Tundras. I mean, the Tundra sales are actually doing pretty well. I guess, I don't know if it's because they're giving incentives now because of all this, but I'm still seeing that the Jacksonville Toyota dealerships are very proud, and they are not budging. So that tells me that there is a demand, which is absolutely baffling, especially with this. But hey, I love Toyota. I was disappointed in Toyota. I'm starting to build back a little trust, but not enough trust for me to drop $75K on a truck that's probably going to have problems. So if you have one of these trucks and you run across my video, okay, I would really appreciate if you throw some comments below and kind of share what your process has been thus far. Also talk about the customer service, because there's like hit or miss horror stories at these dealerships all over the states. People are having a lot of problems, especially when they did get originally they tore down the engine and they put new parts. People are talking about tons of damage to the trucks. Oh, that would drive me crazy. Just weird things, parts of the interior scratch, dings, dents, scrapes on the bumpers. Please, if you have anything, please share it, because I'm sure it will probably help somebody. So I really appreciate your guys' time. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm a Toyota guy. I will probably always be a Toyota guy. However, right now, I'm not buying a new Tundra. But until the next video, guys, John the Pilot, I'll see ya. By the way, a little quick plug. If you want aviation content, I have started a new channel, which is specifically going to be aviation content, so you don't have to be all confused with my working out car talk or whatever the heck product somebody sends me and I'm trying to do a review or something like that. So thank you again, guys. Take care. You be safe out there. And thank you for sharing your time and your experiences, especially with Toyotas. See ya.